and search for the patterns that you studied. But that searching is a very energy consuming thing. You need to increase the frequencies of the brain waves. That's why when somebody asks you a question, you feel a bit awkward, because you have to change your brainwave frequencies. You need to change the frequencies of the mind-brain system. And if you find the desired neural pattern, then there is a retention, and the opposite process is executed, that is transferring the patterns from the unconscious to the subconscious, subconscious to the conscious, and conscious to the brain. And then again, brain uses that information in different formats, using different process of thinking, analyzing, visualizing, and ultimately leading to certain output. That is the mechanism behind any test or any exam that you take. Let's elaborate this thing with the help of an example. Let's take a physics question from friction. The problem is that there is a block of mass 20 kg, and coefficient of kinetic and limiting friction are given, and you apply a time dependent force on the block. Then you need to find the time when block starts slipping on the ground. Let's name that as T naught. So let's analyze that how the mind and brain act as a system to solve this question. So fundamentally, you must have realized that there is brain, there is mind, but there is something other, which is the consciousness. Because the mind is controlled by the consciousness. There is something inside you, you are conscious, so you are able to control your mind, to give it certain instruction, and mind then control the brain and carry out certain operations. So when you start working on this problem, the first thing is your focus or your consciousness has to be on the question itself, and that is done by focusing mind on this particular thing, on this particular question. Now if we think deeply, then if we analyze this, start working on this, then we can say that the block will start moving if force F is greater than the limiting friction, the first point. Then limiting friction